guys, how's it going and welcome back. So it's time to dive in and show you the insides of this and see if we can figure out why it's such a piece of crap. And anyways, you guys know, this is the Phenyx Pro PTX-10 that was sent to me from Phenyx Pro to review for them, and yeah, it got a really super bad review out of me. So let's find out why. Whenever I get crap equipment, which it happens from time to time, I like to know what went wrong. Why is it so crappy? Is it just because of the fact that it's one of those things that are made in a poor situation? I mean, I have nothing against made in China products, and you know, this is made in China, but they do make some pretty crappy stuff, and you know, no fault of their own. A lot of that actually has to do with the distributor that orders the stuff. You know, so if they don't want to pay them very much, well, guess what? You're going to get the crap stuff. You pay for, you know, what the stuff's worth, and you'll get really good stuff out of them. And that's kind of the way any country, I think, works as far as, you know, products that we produce, because I'm sure Canada puts out some pretty shitty stuff, too, that, you know, somebody didn't want to pay us a lot of money to do, so they get the big screw you type of deal, right? So, no different than any other country. So, 6 screws out. And already I can tell you from looking at this, this is not looking good. So, let's take an up close and personal look. Well, we've got, wow, fractured solder joints. We've got some burnt solder joints. That means somebody ran too much heat. More fractured joints, more fractured joints. Oh, we got a nasty mess from hell in here. Oh my God. I mean, I can understand a newbie doing piss poor soldering, but this, come on. These are supposed to either be done by hand or by machine. Now, machines aren't always the best, but somebody who's trained to solder, I mean, this is disgusting. I mean, there's like balls of solder on here that you can peel off with your finger. Like right there, for instance. I don't know if you can see that, probably not, but there's a little piece. What else we got in here? Some of these, well, no, we got about 3 of them here. Now these are going to be the jacks on the back here, all the jacks. And these are the output jacks, so that's right in here. The output jacks are barely even hanging on. And they got cracks. And more cracks. No wonder this thing doesn't have any output through the speakers. I mean, through the USB port it's pretty good output, but through the speakers, no way. I mean, and now we know why. It's a horrible mess. I'm surprised this thing didn't light itself on fire or cook my USB bus, let alone anything else. I mean, this is just disgusting. Well, whoever was in charge of putting this thing together should have his ass fired. Oh, we got a crossed solder joint here. Right here. Right where my finger is. Right in this little mess. I'll show you here. This blob of solder here is crossing right into here. It's like, oh my God, jeez. We got solder blobs running right along the trace lines. Oh, there's a soldered ball that's actually right on it. Oh, we should be able to get that out. Good thing I got tools for this. Oh, there's a solder blob. Wow. Well, boys and girls, some of those of you who gave me a thumbs down, if you're paying attention to this video, you might want to change your mind and go thumbs up for an awesome video and a great review, because yeah, this definitely tells you that this thing is horrible. I was never even capable of doing anything this bad when I first started soldering. I mean, this like maybe a 3-year-old may have done it. I mean, this is just, you know, and no offense, I mean, I'm not trying to say that literally, but I'm just saying that, you know, whoever did this or whatever did this, and I mean, they're supposed to be inspecting units too, and obviously this one didn't even get to the inspection. I don't even think there's an inspection tag on it anywhere. No, not even an inspection tag. Wow. So, I still stand by my original ruling that I wouldn't even, you know, recommend a beginner for one of these things just because of what's going on, but I'm sure this isn't the last defective unit we're going to see. But now I can see why, just even in the output ports alone, why they're outputting so poorly. They're barely even able to put a signal out just because of how bad the solder joints are. So I'm going to have to spend, at least 2 or 3 hours, and I'm going to have to clean this stuff up, and I'm going to have to redo every single solder joint from the looks of things. I mean, there's a couple in here that are not bad, you know, but even right in the corner, right here, these two, this one's not bad. This one, it's a hollow joint, so it's barely even making contact. This is cracked. That's not too bad. This is cracked. That's cracked. That's bad. Oh, those two aren't too bad. That's barely making contact. Well, at least now we know why it's so shitty as far as going through main speakers goes. Through the USB port, I actually found it was not too bad. It had good output. And there's the USB bus in here. Let's check that out. Wow. The USB bus is probably about the only thing that's actually soldered in properly. That's amazing. And right in here, 1, 2, 3 brown solder joints. They're brown. Like, hello, people. That one's very marginal. That's brown, that's brown, that's brown. But that's marginal. And that's the main connections for the USB, but at least they're solid enough they're going to make connection. Because if you watch my review video, you will hear that, you know, it does have some decent output through the USB into the computer, but going through the main speakers, it was horrible. But also we have the out of control delay, and now with all these cracked joints, that could explain why the delay is so far out of control and so shitty. But either way, you still don't use delay on a friggin' vocal line. You know, you use proper reverb or, you know, a proper vocal echo effect, but you don't ever use delay. That's just stupid. Delay is for guitars. Now guys, if you've watched my channel long enough, you will know that I've been soldering since I was a child. I was about, I guess, 8 or 9 when I started getting into electronics. Before I turned 11, I was designing stuff and building my own stuff. So, I mean, I've got experience at this stuff. I know what I'm looking at. And I'm pretty sure, as long as all these solder joints come clean when I'm done, that this thing should have some really amazing output through my speakers. However, not all of us know how to solder, which is true. People should be able to buy a product, even like this, plug it in, and it should do exactly what it's supposed to do and how it's supposed to do it. But it doesn't do that when things are this pathetically put together. So, now, I don't know. Well, it's going to be probably maybe sometime next week or the week after whenever I get this done, you guys will be notified, if you're subscribed to my channel at least. You will get a notification as to when this thing has been repaired and the results. So I'm kind of hoping for the best outcome, that once I resolder this stuff, that it should be a good viable board, and we'll be good to go. And then it's just a matter of, well, I won't be using the delay on this, but at least once I fix this, I'll actually be able to use this for the purpose I would like to use it for, because I have two 12-channel mixers already. I don't need another mixer, but I love checking out tech, and I definitely love my toys, that's for sure. And if I can fix this, then I'll probably either sell this thing, or I'll hook it up to the TV like I was planning to. We'll see what happens. It depends on the whole outcome. If I can't fix it, then yeah, well, there's a garbage can about 10 feet away from me, and it'll just meet the garbage can in the end. But we're gonna hope we can actually repair this and get everything squared away, because even this channel is really low, but I also know why. You know, it's kind of like everything else. It's a disaster of solder joints in there. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, because at least those who thumbs down my video already, they might want to re-watch this one and find out what went wrong and why I'm so negative about this thing, and they might even change their mind and redo their thumbs. You know, I'm an honest guy. I'm a straight shooter. I know my stuff. You guys know that by now, and I would never BS yous, so I tell it how it is. And I don't know how clear any of this stuff is for you guys in the video, but take my word for it, that is a disaster. That is actually a worse soldering job than that Boss pedal that we talked about on my channel, and I thought it was the worst. Jenga, this thing definitely is, so far now, the new worst soldering job I've ever seen in my life. So, anyway, see you later. Bye.